Here's a real question for you. Which of these movies do you want in your archive? This one or this one? Which one do you want to repurpose or convert to 3D? At what cost? One with frames like this, with defects all over them, or frames like this? Do you want to make archive objects film or digital from this or this? The image you see here is one frame of a 4K scan of original negative. It has hairs, scratches, dust, and dirt on it, what we call surface defects. And each defect has a box around it. The larger the box, the bigger the defect. There are literally hundreds of boxes on this one frame of film. This is normal. What do? Basically, there are two ways to clean the dirt from your film, to remove dust and scratches. Either you paint over the defects or you restore the original images beneath those defects. Image Trends Digital Ice, and only Image Trends Digital Ice, allows you to restore the original images. Traditional Digital Restoration Services, or DRS, is painting over the dirt and the scratches. With it, you are altering your original images. This process can be done manually with an operator painstakingly viewing individual frames, drawing boxes around dirt, dust, and scratches, copying other pixels from that frame or from other frames, and pasting those pixels into the box over the defect, painting over the defect, changing the images you're trying to restore. DRS addresses only the larger defects, as operators lack the time and budget to find and fix all of the defects, and all are in the way of encoding 3D conversion and the viewing experience. DRS also can be done using software to paint over your images automatically. Sometimes this is done with the aid of an infrared map of the defect location to assist the operator or the application in scraping away the image where the defect is located and then painting in new pixels to fill in the blank spaces where DRS destroyed the original image. Because DRS changes your images, it cannot create a true archive object of your original content, not what you want. DRS also costs tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars and takes months to complete, depending on the title being restored and the restoration budget. 3 to 6 months for a feature film and hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the title, is entirely normal. Because of the inefficiency, low productivity, and cost of traditional DRS, thousands of titles are not being preserved or restored at all. That's profit left on the table. That's original images lost. The other way to remove dust, dirt, and scratches, even among image detail, is Image Trends Digital Ice. Unlike traditional DRS, ice doesn't alter your images by painting over them. It restores the images and grain patterns from beneath those defects, restoring the original images recorded by the filmmaker in under a second per frame, a week or two per title for $10,000 or $20,000. Better, faster, cheaper. Here's how it works. Image Trends scans your films separately in the RGB and infrared spectrum. With no film in the scanner gate, all of the light from the light source is captured. When clear film is placed over the gate, some light is lost. When color film is scanned in the RGB frequencies, more light is lost due to the color dyes, but no more light is lost in the infrared frequency. Any additional loss of light, any additional attenuation of the signal amplitude is due to a defect. We record the exact location and the precise magnitude of each defect, mathematically remove the signal of the defect, and then boost the RGB signal strength back to what it would have been had no dust or dirt or scratch diffused the light energy from that pixel. We identify the location and the magnitude of each defect, obscuring the image that you want to restore. Remove the defect and restore exactly the original image, grain pattern, and texture. No false positives. Because our infrared channel provides the magnitude as well as the location of the defect, we never over or undercorrect. ICE restores film. DRS does not. The cleanup of this 4K frame by Digital Ice took 0.6 seconds. Restoring a title takes a few weeks, not several months. Ice costs $10,000 or $20,000 per title, not hundreds of thousands of dollars, to restore your original images and films. Which image do you want in your archive? Which image do you want to repurpose? This one or this one? No one else can do this, only Image Trends Digital Ice. We invented it and continue to improve it and create new derivatives from it. Kodak's Ice is a result of Kodak's acquisition of our initial company, Applied Science Fiction, at which early work on a primitive ice was carried out. Due to pre-existing licensing agreements, once Kodak shut down Applied Science Fiction, we reformed as Image Trends and have been improving ICE ever since. ICE now is several software generations better than what was left behind at Kodak when the ICE scientists and engineers were let go and who then formed Image Trends. What about scratches? Vertical scratches are exceedingly difficult for traditional DRS to deal with. There aren't any pixels in the previous frame to copy because the scratch runs for many frames. Because Image Trend's digital ice does not copy pixels but instead restores original images, scratches are as easily fixed as dust, dirt, hair, and fingerprints. Which do you want in your archive? Do you want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and several months to alter your original images, or $10,000 to $20,000 and a week or two to restore them? What about very fine-grained defects like this? Do you want to paint over the image you're trying to restore, or do you want to actually restore the image with no artifacts? Should your archive or your conversion to 3D include dirty images or dust floating in 3D space? Do you really want to rely on painting over thousands of defects, or do you want to restore your original images? If your film has faded and lost detail, you want to reverse the fade and restore the detail using fully reversible color channel rebalancing. We also do fully automated defect correction on black and white film, currently from a process that does not use infrared and is not ice. And we remove embedded defects in addition to surface defects, again through a non-ice process that does involve automated pixel fill because no image exists to restore once the dirt on the negative or IP has been printed in to the next generation of film. The earlier in the film life cycle the images are processed with ice, the better the image result at all future stages of use, from post-production to exhibition to streaming to archive. Whether your goal is preservation of film for commercial or historical purposes, removing the defects and restoring the pristine original images, which means using Image Trend's digital ice, is by far the better choice. Image Trends allows you to restore rather than alter your original images at a cost far below DRS. For the price of restoring one DRS title, you may be able to restore as many as 10 or more titles with Image Trend's digital ice. Bottom line, why use DRS to paint over your images when you don't have to, when newer, better technology exists? When Image Trend's digital ice does a better, more thorough job in days actually restoring your images than DRS can do in months or at all. When Image Trend's digital ice costs tens of thousands of dollars less to do a better job. Why settle for DRS painting over your images when Image Trend's digital ice actually restores your art? Digital ice really is better, faster, cheaper. Image Trend's digital ice actually restoring our filmed heritage. Image Trends, we don't make images, we make your images better. Thank you.